Hello, and welcome back to the
Ginger and Spice podcast.
That will never not be cheesy.
Woo! Look at me and those jazz hands.
Okay, this is our weekly wrap-up episode. It is Friday. It's Friday then.
It's Saturday, Sunday, what?
This week was Daddy Week.
Woo!
So if you follow us on socials, you'll know that every week we have a theme.
Yes.
And like I said, this one was Daddy. So we've got single daddy, ex-boyfriend's daddy,
Best friend's daddy.
best friend's daddy.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So yeah, do you want to give us a rundown of the books we read this week?
Yes,
for Daddy
I would
Week?
love to. So we did actually start off with Masks and the Dancer by Bea Paige. That is a rogue one that we've thrown in. That's not actually part of Daddy Week.
Yep.
Next we had Heart of a Devil by Sadie Kincaid. We had Your Dad Will Do by Katee Robert. And we had Undulate with Daddy Zach, aka Mr. Spreadsheet.
By Elodie Hart.
Yeah. I enjoyed that too much.
Should we actually just start with Undulate?
Let's start with
See as well as
Undulate.
talking about it. So the whole series of this, the Alchemy series, is based around a sex club. And obviously each book is then based around this sex club and therefore is based around sex.
Yes, big time. And there's a lot of it. They do not muck about.
No, they don't. But it is also quite fluffy. Like the romance is the plot. And I don't usually like things that are too fluffy. I kind of usually get a bit bored. And I can't lie, I think I texted you halfway through this and said I'm getting a little bit bored. Because obviously where there's like no plot and the plot is the romance, when there's no darker elements to it or nothing else going on, I'm sort of a little bit like clock watching and I'm like, oh my God, or page watching, I should say. Even though I know logically nothing exciting is going to happen.
No, it's just all the
apart
romance.
from someone getting it up the bum.
Oh, she had a great time.
DP or something in these books is about as exciting as it gets.
I absolutely loved it. I've read it twice. I had a great time. I actually love him. I love him.
So I will say the British voice in this for the MMC absolutely floored me.
Oh, it was delightful.
I cannot even. Yeah, hearing all those words in his sexy little British accent, it was absolutely diabolical, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, because Daddy Zach, he tells you what to do, where to sit, where to put your mouth, the whole lot.
Yeah.
He's telling you what to do.
What item of clothing to take off.
Oh, God.
Of yours and his.
Oh,
it was
indeed.
insane. So Daddy Zach is a single dad. And on that basis, do you want to give a rundown of it?
Yes, I can give a rundown. Okay, so we have got Daddy Zach, who is a single dad. Unfortunately, his wife passed away. And he's now on a journey to find himself again. And all of his mates want him to, come out of his shell, especially because they own the sex club. Have a little fool around. Do your bit. And then we've got Maddie, who is the social media person for the sex club as well. She is a firecracker. She is feisty, says it how it is. She gets right involved every night. She just loves it. But they're both very intrigued by each other, as in Maddie and Zach, but nothing really happens. So she is in alchemy one night. She's blindfolded, tied up, and he goes to town on her nether regions with his mouth. She doesn't know it's him, and it's one of the best orgasms she's ever had in her life. So she wants to know, who's the mystery guy?
Yep.
So Maddie's looking after his kids when he is at the gala. He comes back, he's pissed, as in drunk. He tells her it was him.
Yep.
And she's like, what do you mean? Why didn't you tell me? And then she tells him, you can use my body anytime, Zach. I'm willing.
Yeah, if I had known it was you, I would have said yes.
Yeah, I don't blame her because he is fit.
Yeah, he is a sexy spreadsheet nerd.
Yeah, I'm going with Tom Ellis, but with glasses.
I think she actually does say Tom Ellis in the book. So he doesn't really get involved with any of the shenanigans at the sex club. And he just kind of keeps to himself. He just wants to be a good dad. He also doesn't want to risk him not being around either. He's very scared of making his children orphans as well. Which I think for me, when I was reading it or listening to it, I felt like that was really relatable in the sense of worrying about leaving your children parentless and the grief aspect as well and moving on. Even though I've never experienced, obviously, losing a wife or a husband. I found that a really lovely storyline, and I was really emotional every time that was brought up when he would talk about, especially the signs that the wife would leave them.
Yeah, that was insane.
I was in tears actual tears, which is
Was
difficult for me.
she?
Yeah, so many times.
Aw.
So his two daughters often ask for signs from their mother to kind of reassure them that she, she is watching, she's still around. And there's a few times actually, where they ask for a sign from her.
Oh, don't. Because I've just thought of one, and I think I cried as well.
So there was the partridge one, where they were all struggling at night time. I think the girls were going to bed, I can't remember, or one of them had been asleep and she was crying and sobbing. And they eventually asked for a sign.
Yeah.
And Zach, the dad, was like, well, what do you want the sign to be from your mum? And she was like, a partridge. And he was like, okay, well, let's just see if that comes to fruition.
What did he say? He was like, yeah, good luck doing that one or something like that.
Yeah. And then the next day...
They was having breakfast and the song came on the radio.
Yeah. And it was by the Partridge Family.
Yeah.
The song.
Yeah.
And he just stopped dead in his
stop.
tracks. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then at the end, obviously it's a happy ending. So at the end, they're at a football match with his kids. And during the football match, he's standing there and he's thinking, God, am I doing the right thing? Is this too much? And he kind of speaks to his wife and is like, just send me a sign. Let me know, that I'm doing the right thing. Are you okay with this? Do you give your approval for me to be with Maddie, with this new woman?
It's making me emotional.
I know, literally.
I'm going to cry.
And so they turn to leave after the football match, and then a group of kids just randomly burst out in song.
Yeah.
And they're singing,
Was it I Want It That Way?
I Want It That Way. And that was their song.
Yeah.
That's their little family song. And he was like, oh my God, that was his sign. I'm literally
Yeah, I know.
actually crying. Oh
Okay.
my God.
This
It
is
was
only-
so sweet.
This is happening. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something better.
Why don't we
Jesus
talk
Christ.
about his massive dick?
Yes, let's discuss that. Oh, God.
Although, arguably that could bring a woman to tears
Yeah,
as well.
Jesus Christ. I'll just have some wine instead. Should we get on and do some ratings?
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 4.5.
Yeah, I love this. I loved it a lot more than the first book. I just love the journey that both of them went on.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So to be clear, Tia gave it a 5, I gave it a 4.5. I actually would have given this a 5, but I did feel like it was just a little bit too long for me. Like I said, I did get a little bit bored in the middle. I just wanted something to progress and happen, and it just felt like there was kind of paragraphs and chapters for the sake of it, of just making it a full book. However, I was crying multiple times, and I can't ignore the fact that it stirred up a lot of emotions, and the writing is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. Her storytelling is amazing. The spice in this,
Oh,
especially
my God.
the opening scenes, is insane.
So good. So good.
That scene
floored.
when she is bent over, and I think she's blindfolded.
Yeah.
And she's taking part in one of the shows in the club. So she's bent over an ottoman of some sort, and Zach pops in to watch. And
the idea is to watch, to, get some feelers out there, because he might join in one day,
yeah.
but just now's not the right time.
Peer pressure made him feel like he should be trying to get involved. So he was like, I'm just going to pop down and watch a show.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, Maddie's in the show. And he's like, he sees this bloke who's got his fingers in places on Maddie, and he's like, that's not happening. That should be me. That should be my fingers or my mouth.
Yeah.
And basically, the guy who is with Maddie on the stage kind of gives the nod to Zach to kind of take over. But Maddie doesn't know it's him. She's bent over, her back is to Zach. So he comes over and just nuzzles his face right in her crack.
Honestly, that was hot. It was so
insane.
hot.
But whilst he's doing this, he's so insanely turned on by it. He starts seeing to himself. So he unbuckles his belt, whips it out, and starts seeing to himself at the same time. And basically, he makes them climax at the exact same time. And it is insane. And he just left her wanting more. And I think he says something like, maybe another time, sweetheart. Something like that.
Oh, he's so sexy. Christ.
Oh.
That man.
Okay, should we do chili ratings? 3, 2, 1,
4.5.
4.5.
Holy lordy.
So I'm going to start with the slave auction. And even though it's not actually a spicy scene, I did actually really enjoy the scene because it was just, obviously, it's just wild, the concept of it. So The Club Alchemy are running this event. It is a slave auction. The women go up on stage, or men, whatever, and obviously put themselves out there to be bid on by these very wealthy people who attend the club. So the slave auction rolls around. Maddie comes on stage. And then the auctioneer comes in behind her and he's like touching her up, feeling her up, touching her nipples and all that kind of stuff. And then his hand slowly trickles down her stomach, past her navel, and then between her legs. And then he eventually hikes her leg up over his arm. So he's standing behind her. They're on a stage in front of all of these people that are bidding. Pulls her leg to the side, so he opens her up for everybody to see.
Literally.
Everybody could see.
Yeah.
Here's the prize. And then he gets his fingers and opens up her folds.
Yeah.
To everybody in the room. And I just thought, that's kind of wild.
Do you know what? Like, because we spoke about this, didn't we? And we said, do you know what? Being naked is fine. Like, as long as I'm not fully open for the world to see. Like, that is very exposed.
Very. Especially when it starts digging around and opening up your folds.
Yeah.
Yeah. As if people didn't know what was there, you know. Just in case you didn't know, let me just open up the curtains so you can see inside.
The inside.
Yeah. As if the person at the back of the room is going to, you know, be sitting with a pair of binoculars or something.
I want to see right through the hole.
Yeah. I want to see up and out of her mouth.
Oh, dear Lord.
Any other scenes?
I just had down the shower scene, if you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of my favourites as well.
Yeah,
An 8-foot shower and a shower head. And she was spread eagle on the floor.
Yeah.
Literally. And he just takes the shower head and starts going in circles.
Yeah.
On her areas.
And she was like getting all cut up, wasn't she? Because she was on the floor.
Yeah.
So he lotioned her up afterwards.
Yeah.
That
Really
was
took
very
care
cute.
of her.
Oh, God, I loved it.
I mean, they were both filthy.
They
the way
were,
that they
weren't
spoke
they?
to each other was absolute filth.
Absolute filth. I knew Maddie would be anyway, because she was always in alchemy, getting the goods.
In about everything.
Yeah.
My final note on this actually is, considering it's a single dad theme, and actually we had it in Daddy Week, so you got a taster of him being a single dad at the start. Obviously we were introduced to him as being a widower, but then that kind of fell off. The daddy aspect to it fell off for really quite a long time, and I was sort of like, when are we going to get this? When are we going to get the whole daddy aspect back, the whole single dad aspect back? And it does come back around again. It does come full circle. But for me, there was just a little bit too long of a period without any
being the daddy
aspects.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yes, what should we do next?
All right, I'm thinking we should do Masks and the Dancer next.
Should we do the rogue one?
Yeah, this is our rogue one. Not a daddy one. It's actually probably overlapped with Dark Romance Week, because we read the first book in Dark Romance Week and then read this one after, so it's just kind of overlapped really, but we couldn't not read the second one because the first one ended on like an insane cliffhanger. This is Mask and the Dancer by Bea Paige, book 2 in the Their Obsession duet.
Yep, absolutely.
And we did talk about the first one in last week's podcast, so I won't go into too much detail on that one, but basically it's 3 masked men, they kidnap her. She's kind of a bit of a seer, so she knew that they were going to kidnap her. It gives it like a bit of a paranormal edge, and basically take her to a literal castle in the Highlands, and she's introduced to other people, 13 other people that live there. They no longer have names, they have numbers, 1 to 13. She's also given a number, she's given 0. 0, aka naught, aka nothing. The 3 guys call her those 3 names. And it is absolutely fucking brilliant.
Yeah, so good.
So the general concept of the story, which we actually said last week, is not something we've ever seen before. It was very dark, very eerie, a bit supernaturally because of the seer kind of aspect. Yeah. So book 2 picks up from where book 1 left off. So book 1 ends with the Menagerie show, which is the show that all of the 13, now 14 people that have been kidnapped have to perform in for very wealthy clients. They're all really talented people. So dancers, pianists, singers, that kind of thing. So this Menagerie show happens. Basically, Christy, aka Zero, ends up in a situation where she's been drugged and she's tied down. So she physically can't move, but she knows everything that's going on mentally. So she's basically paralyzed. And she's strapped down, watching certain things unfold. And she's then approached by a certain someone, and basically shit goes down in that moment, and that is where the book ends. I hope that was relatively spoiler-free.
That's great.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah, no, that was good. I liked it. I mean, it kicks off basically is
Yeah,
what
big
happens.
time.
So we won't say what happens from that moment, but basically book 2 is where she then realizes why she's there and what it is that she needs to do. So obviously she can see into the future, but then her mum sort of comes into it because she could also see into the future. So then like letters come into it. There's one of the girls, so she's 13. She actually has letters that she gives to Christy and to the boys because her mum knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, so the letters are from like the mum.
In the past, because she is no longer with them. And yeah, it gets extra spicy. 3 lads fall in love with her. You go back to the past as well, so you see how they all became who they are, essentially, in the future.
And why they're so bad.
Yeah.
So in book 1, there's actually no P in the V action. Book 2, there is P in the V action. And once it starts, it literally doesn't stop.
Oh, it's relentless.
Yeah, there's also a bit of DP in this.
The DP happened.
Yeah.
You know what? That was delightful. I enjoyed that a lot.
I enjoyed all of it, actually.
Yeah.
To be fair. So, should we do ratings?
Absolutely.
Stars.
The stars.
3, 2, 1, 4.5.
Yeah, it was amazing. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was dark. It was dark in place. It was a lot darker than the first one.
I think there's one specific scene, and I think we were talking about this earlier, and I think it might be the same scene with 12.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
And basically, 12 is one of the captives that is obsessed with one of the masked men. And she gets jealous because the masked men are no longer interested in having sex with any of these other numbers anymore, especially since Zero, aka Christy, came on the scene. So 12 gets jealous and she basically kidnaps one of the masked men, takes him down to like a dungeon place, straps him down so he can't get out, and basically takes him without his consent. And he ends up going to, because he's got a lot of trauma from the past, it's obviously not the first time it's happened to him, but he ends up going to this other place in his brain. So he basically checks out. He completely clocks out. And what she does to him in that scene, those scenes, is absolutely horrendous.
Oh, it's so bad.
Really awful what she does. And then when he's finally found, he's still checked out, but she, 12, offed herself now.
Because she knew when everyone found out, it was going to be bad. Like, it was going to be bad for her. Yeah. So taking her own life was the only way out.
Yeah. Okay, should we do chili ratings?
The chilies!
Chili peppers!
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 4.5.
Yeah, I mean, the scene when they all finally come together, this is a why choose, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that to begin with.
Yeah.
The scene when they all come together was delightful.
Yeah.
She had desserts while it was happening. She had desserts. There was a feather. There was a knife in the you-know-what. And then after all of that, hit of DP.
Cool, that is overstimulation.
In here. Even I was like, hang on, what's going on now? Why is there a feather? Why is she eating melons?
How did the feather get here? Where did that come from?
That's like a tray of desserts. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
I'd have a great time.
Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Absolutely, we should.
Shall we go into Your Dad Will Do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think this was a shorter book, actually, wasn't it? I'm not sure how many pages it was.
150
150 pages,
yeah.
was it? That's really short, yeah.
So this is Your Dad Will Do by Katee Robert, and it is ex-fiance's dad.
This book, I'm not even going to lie, I'm actually going to put a disclaimer on this. This is basically just written porn for women.
Yeah, for sure. I had a great time.
Me too.
Oh my God, I had a great time. But the thing is, I think it went on for so long that I was like, I don't know if it's too much now.
No, weirdly, considering that I got a little bit bored in Undulate, I actually ate this up start to finish.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I am so down for all of this.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was because of the ending. Spoiler alert, that they fell in love.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And they told each other they loved each other after 3 days.
Yeah,
and
so I actually do have a note about that.
You knobheads.
I've got a note here that says, she said, I love you after 3 days. And then he said it back. I was like, are you for real?
The 3-day session, the amount of times that they banged in that 3 days, I could not. I just simply could not.
No.
I don't know if I could take it.
The book basically opens with her turning up at his house, and her internal dialogue is like basically telling us that she's here for revenge on her cheating fiance.
Yep.
That she'd just broken up with, by the way. And she is here to fuck his dad.
Yeah.
To get back at him.
That is literally the premise. There you go. Rundown. Done. That's it.
Rundown is girl goes to ex-fiance's dad's house to fuck him as revenge. That is the rundown.
That is what happened. That is literally what happened. But she was there for 3 days.
Yeah. So she basically turns up in this like saucy little number, you know, trying to look sexy and seductive to this like older man. How old is he? 47.
Yeah.
He opens the door and he's like, yeah, sure, come on in. And she puts it on him. Basically, from the moment she steps in, she puts it on him.
Yeah.
She's not wearing any panties. I mean, very presumptuous, but whatever. And, you know, I can't lie, that man takes zero convincing.
No, he literally...
He gave no thoughts about his son whatsoever.
That finger was in there so fast.
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't care. He literally did not care. And... Sorry, another spoiler. Actually, I don't care. I'm going to say it. Obviously, they're banging for these 3 days, and then Max turns up.
That was fucking
As
brilliant.
in the son turns up, and he doesn't stop. The dad's like, get out.
Because she's riding him, and she's just about to climax, and Max stands at the door, and rather than stopping, she looks him dead in the eyes and carries on and has an orgasm while staring at her ex-fiance.
What was it that she said? Oh, she
No,
said...
stop it. I've got a note.
I think I've got it
She's
written
talking
down.
to him after. So she basically gets caught by her ex-fiance, like at the end of the weekend. And they're having a chat after. So Lily goes to chat with Max, her ex-fiance. And she basically says, well, you really hurt me, you know, blah, blah, blah. You cheated on me. And I was struggling to process it. And he was like, what? So you fucked my dad for revenge? And she says, and I quote... You're not the only one who calls him daddy now.
So
good.
good.
It was fucking
It really
brilliant.
slapped. It slapped.
It slapped
That
big time.
sentence.
So I
Yeah,
actually
so
had
good.
a whale of a time reading this.
Yeah.
So it is basically just back-to-back sex.
Yeah.
Like, it's just spice. I did enjoy the tension, and I think it was maybe the taboo aspect, but it was very heavy on the daddy kink as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of daddies.
He's a silver fox, and he just really knew what he was doing.
Oh, he knew.
Okay, should we do ratings? All right. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
Three.
4.5. I can't believe you gave it a 3. So, just in case you didn't catch that, Tia gave it a 3.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4.5.
Yeah.
That's 2 very different ratings.
Very different. Now, I lapped this up. I really enjoyed it because I fancied something smutty and trashy at the time. However, the writing just didn't hit for me. And there was just like loads of little cheesy bits in it that I was like, oh, I don't know.
I just really fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had a really good time.
I genuinely did have a really good time, and my body also enjoyed it a lot. But there was just like little bits I was kind of like, oh no.
Yeah.
And the I
That's
love
fair.
you situation, that pissed me off.
Yeah, I can't lie. That did annoy me.
Should we say chili pepper?
Chili peppers?
Chili pepper?
I mean, I feel like this is really obvious,
I mean-
considering I said it's written porn.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, 5.
Probably 6.
6 out of 5.
6 out of 5, baby. Fucking hell, it was relentless. I mean, it was all porn. It was all porn. And a bit of love.
Yeah.
There was an I love you once. No, there was loads. There's
Yeah.
a load of I love yous and just a shitload of porn. And I mean, it was great. So when it all starts off, he tells her to sit on his face. So her knees are right by his head. And then he said, you like how you look with your daddy's head between your thighs?
The daddy kink was very prevalent in this book.
Yeah.
Okay, should we go on to the next one?
Yes.
Is this our
Let's
last
do
one?
it. Yeah.
All right, this is our last one. It is...
Heart of a Devil by Sadie Kincaid.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So this is best friend's dad with a little bit of mafia.
That was actually good. I really enjoyed that aspect to
Yeah,
it, the mafia aspect.
I
to this.
did, yeah.
Do you want to give a rundown?
So we've got Lauren Montoyas, who is actually part of a mafia family. Her uncle, back in the day, is actually a proper arsehole to her.
Yeah,
and
bad.
she gets really scared. And he bullies her up until she's maybe about 18-ish.
Yeah.
And then she fucks off. Ends up in England, eventually. She works for a law firm with her best friend, Sam. So she's at Sam's party, and she clocks eyes with a very delicious man who turns out to be Sam's dad, Seb. This man is hot as shit.
Just to go off for a second, that opening scene with him, Sebastian, Seb,
yep.
absolutely floored me.
I
I was
know.
like, immediately I was like, I'm down bad for this man.
You know, like, because I think
oh
it's
my God.
because they was at this party, and obviously it's massively taboo. Like, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be, thinking
Putting it
about
on.
these things with your best friend's dad.
Yeah.
But he was well up for it.
Yeah.
Like, more than up for it. So he basically corners her and he's like, I'll take you home
Yeah.
for a fuck.
Let's do it.
And they do. They do.
And they like shamelessly
walk out
leave together.
Yeah.
And everybody knows exactly what's happening. And like the daughter of the dad just accepts that the dad's a bit of a playboy.
There's 4 of them. So Sam and her partner are standing there, and then you've got Seb and Lauren standing there, and they're saying their goodbyes. And then Sam and her partner are looking at him like, are you doing what we think you are?
Don't be suspicious. I mean, they weren't being
They
suspicious.
weren't.
They couldn't have been more
literally-
fucking obvious.
Yeah.
So basically, anyway, they leave and yeah, they go and do bits.
Yeah. A lot of bits. And then he gets to the point where he's like, do you want to stay over? I'll make you breakfast in the morning. And she hightails out of there. She is not hanging around. She doesn't do the next days.
Sleepovers.
She doesn't do sleepovers. She's not that person.
There's also a really good kind of like sort of side plot. It sort of forms part of the main plot towards the end. And it is based around her client. So she's gone to Lauren to try and get away from her abusive husband. And she has a son called Nicky. And Sebastian then gets involved because he kind of runs a security kind of firm. And he's like, look, I can put you in a safe house. I can help. Like, here's my number. And that really, it all basically comes together at the end. I want to say nicely comes together towards the end, but it's obviously not nice. And it kicks off fucking big time. The last 100 pages
goes off.
Were actually my favourite of the whole book, apart from the opening scenes when she first meets the dad. I just loved that. The tension that was created between them. And then when they're talking to each other. So page 21. 2-1. Page 21. Sebastian says to her after he meets her, they're having a conversation. And he ends it with, I'm also old enough to know that there's not a chance in hell I'm letting you go home unfucked tonight. And that just basically solidified
the love I have for
my
that
damn
man.
badness for this man.
Oh God, he was good.
I was locked in from that moment.
Was so good.
I was like, okay, I'm here.
Yep. There was the safe words as well.
Oh,
you know when he strung her up and then he just left her and she had to use her safe word.
Oh yeah,
that was
actually kind of sweet.
Yeah,
to be fair,
she was holding out because she's such a powerful woman, and she was like, "I'm not going to ask him. I'll just start thinking of something else." But now I need a wee. And she's obviously like strung up naked, and he's doing man things in the other room, power drilling and all that shit, whatever
random
men do.
stuff.
Fuck knows.
Yeah.
And then she just says it, but she's all like quiet and cute about it.
Yeah, because he appears at the door again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
After being away from her from like hours and hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
And she's really reached her tether. And she just kind of like really coyly and quietly says her safe word. And he was like, all you had to do was stay. So he lets her go then and he takes care of her. Bless her.
And then she kicks him out.
Yeah. Fuck off. I actually have another quote from him. And this is on page 49. Right, and this just explains the type of man that he is. Also, bearing in mind, this man is a granddad. Even though he's, 48, he is. Yeah, he's 48. Lauren's 33, Sebastian's 48. And basically, on page 49, he says to Lauren, I'm going to sink myself so deep into you, you'll feel me in your cunt all week long.
I did love him.
I mean...
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, he done some things, didn't he?
Yeah.
He really did.
There was a lot of chasing in this as well. Loads of chasing.
That man knew what he was doing.
Oh
like God. Because wasn't he a playboy or something?
Yeah.
He was always getting engaged.
Yeah, he'd been engaged 5 times and then always ended it because he was like, I don't want to.
I'm bored now.
This. Yeah. So, should we give this some star ratings?
Absolutely we should.
3, 2, 1, 4. The last 100 pages were the best for me. I also got, I don't want to say a little bit bored, but I got a little bit, I don't know, maybe frustrated in the middle where I was like, okay, something needs to happen now.
I feel like so much happened in this book. Like, it was relentless, the amount of stuff that happened. But it just took ages. There was like 5 separate plot lines. You're trying to like follow each one.
There's the plot line of like one of the guys that works for Sebastian is a little bit sketchy and Sebastian's like, he's giving me weird vibes. Something's going on with him. So then he's like keeping an eye on him. Then you've got the plot line of obviously their relationship and their progression. You've got the plot line of her past, her trauma.
She's being stalked as well.
She's being stalked, the plot line of her being stalked. So who's stalking her? Who's sending her weird emails? Then you've got the plot line of Lauren's client and her son trying to get away from the dad, the abusive dad.
Yep.
And I mean, that plot line goes to a really dark place at the end. That's horrendous.
Yeah, it was.
That was
really
awful. I was like, fucking hell, Sadie. Jesus. Where
But
did this
then-
come from?
Sebastian did bits with his schlong, so then it kind of made you happy
Yeah,
again.
it did. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Sebastian whipped it out again and all's right in the world.
And all was okay.
Yeah. Okay, should we do chili peppers?
The chilies!
3, 2, 1, 4.
So they always agreed that they both liked having wild sex. Like, they didn't want it to always be normal. He chased her around and all this stuff. So my favourite scene is when he's like, I've got to do some work tonight, but I'll come and see you later because it's our final night in the cabin. She was like, yeah, fine, whatever. Anyway, so she falls asleep and then she wakes up and she's like, where the hell is he? So then she walks out of the room and he's got this ski mask on. And then he basically acts like he's an intruder, gets her on the bed and does her up the backside.
Up the old
At
booty
the
hole.
old bottom. And it was great. She was like, wait, what if this isn't him?
Yeah. Let me just think about this for a second. What if someone has actually broken in?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
And I'm like, take me, daddy. The
I'll take
intruder's
you.
like, wasn't
Wow.
part of the plan, but sure. Okay.
Okay, I'll do it. That was a great scene. I really enjoyed that a lot.
I think that's everything. Is that all of our books?
It is indeed.
So we actually couldn't agree on a favourite book this week. So usually we would agree on a favourite one and give that one a little bit more time, but we couldn't agree. If you had to pick a favourite, what would it be?
Mine would be Undulate with Daddy spreadsheet.
Mine actually, I think, would be Your Dad Will Do, just
Oh,
because of how much of a fun time I had with it. I just thought it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair enough.
I think that's it. Cheers.
Cheers
See you next week.
for more daddies.